Why do investors say no? Very important to understand. So you get a yes.
First of all, it's all about the team. A business with an okay idea, with a great team, bound to succeed. A business with a great idea, okay team,
Probably will fail.
so every investor looks for who are the driving force, what's the management team look like, who are the equity holders who are pushing this forward, will they leave, will they stay on board, have they done this before? So weak team, industry alignment. If I'm from the medical field and you're talking about education and I don't understand you, I'm not the right investor for you, right? Align the right people who understand your jargons, your industry and the needs of your industry. Stage of business. Some people invest at that lower level, seed level, some people invest at C round. So you have to understand who to approach at what stage of your business. And sometimes it's the valuation. You were like, we are worth so many thousands of crores, and like, I'm not so sure about that. And it seems like it's too much inflated. And inflated valuations have led to PTM, bleeding, and so many other companies I've seen in India that have, inflated their valuations. Not a good idea. Don't do it. Be realistic. And then the rest are, legal issues, lacking incredible story, etc., etc. What investors are looking for, again, starts with the team, right? Very important. The founder and the founding team are capable, are dynamic, are having the right skill set to grow and scale the business. The market validation, the product market fit. Is there any sign that shows people want this? Facebook for the first 7 years didn't make any money, zero money, but they were getting people coming in. Billion people came in. Then Mark Zuckerberg decided to start monetizing it. So there was traction constantly. People were spending hours every day on Facebook, YouTube. Every startup you see, tech startups, these guys have shown some kind of traction at the early stage. Uber, right? Started with San Francisco. Within a month, they saw huge traction. Within the first 6 months, they moved on to New York and other 3 cities. The success is predicted by the growth and the traction. So it's very important that we look at the product market fit. Is there validation? Do people want it? Are they paying for it? Are they spending time for it? Then it comes geographical proximity. If you are an investor in Abu Dhabi and your startup is in Kochi, I'm not sure how that would work out, because investors generally like to stay in touch, to come to office, you see how things are going. So geographically, it's important to get proximate. Scalability. It's important that the startup is scalable, only then they will make money. So if you're by default not a scalable business, for example, a restaurant by default is not scalable. If you have to build multiple restaurants, set up everything, right? But if you're a brand of restaurant and you can franchise it out, that is scalable. But if you have Trump towers all over the world, Donald Trump doesn't build those towers. People do. And they pay him an amount of money and he gives them the Trump name. And that's a scalable brand, right? Scalable business model. So you have to understand the scalability of it. The go-to-market strategy. How will you acquire your first 20 customers, right? People talk about, we will do this with 10,000 users. But how will you get your first 20 users, the 100 users, the 1,000 users? What's your plan for it? Are you going to pay for it all along? Do you have a growth hack? Are you Jivaru? Are you thinking like a hacker, right? It's important for the investors to ask these questions to see if the entrepreneurs are thinking in a hacker Jugaru kind of way, not in a straight line, because then they are basically employee material. They're not going to succeed in a startup. Startups are generally run by people who can't think straight, who always look for loopholes and hacks and ways to make it happen. They don't stand at the back of the line. They'll find a VIP line to get in, right? If you can't remember all of those things, there's 2 things most important. Credible team and capable of execution. A team that's capable of execution will always succeed, dynamically figure things out, change its business model, but figure it out and eventually they will succeed. So look for that. Of course, on Bhagavad Gita, for me, it's very important. For he who has conquered the mind is best of friends. And for him who has not done it,
The mind remains the worst enemy.
entrepreneurs are very persuasive. They can show a lot of things, but please be data backed. Don't let your mind get swayed away. I like them, so I'm investing in them. Be data backed. Focus on what the data says, what the Google Analytics, the Facebook Insights, the Instagram Insights, what are they saying? And based on that, look at their competitors. How are they doing? Look at their intellectual property and then decide whether to invest in the startup or not. And as an entrepreneur, I'll say, use this principle because you will be in a go, go, go constant state. But it's also important to focus on the little things and build up your startup so that you can scale up. If your foundation is not right and you're lying, you're screwing up employees, you're making mistakes left, right, and center, not getting mentored, not knowing where you're going, not creating systems. No matter how good your credentials are, no matter how good the idea is, eventually you will burn out. So it's important. Mind control from both sides is very, very important, not just emotional control.
Thank you for watching this video. If you need more help, you can use the number in the description to book your meeting or mentorship. Just call or DM on WhatsApp to book your slot.